Hello and welcome to the Music Smoothie.
Hello again, and welcome to another edition of the Music Smoothie. Here we basically try to present some new songs. Hopefully, you get something out of it, like some new music, and we get to share here and maybe have a little fun of our own. Well, let me go ahead and introduce the people that are going to be participating. I'm here, I'm Coin, and we have Alec. Well, we don't have Alec, do we?
We don't have Alec. It's strange because we always do.
I know, it's just out of habit. Okay. All right, we have GS. Say hello, GS.
Hello.
And we also have Zeus. Zeus.
Yo.
All right, good. We all checked in here. And what we're going to do tonight is just going to have another random song night. No particular theme, even though in the future we are going to be doing that. Last time we actually had a Led Zeppelin podcast, and I quite enjoyed that. Learned a lot about the band and all. And what we're going to do is we're going to start it off. I guess I'm going to start it off tonight. The first song I'm going to be playing is by Screaming Females. And the Screaming Females are actually this, they're classified as this punk trio from New Jersey. And one thing about it that I've always liked about it was the fact that, if there is an actual female vocals, she's the lead vocals and also lead guitar. I don't particularly favor a lot of music that is headed up by females, but this is an exception. I fell in love with the band and the energy, and they're from here goes right here. They're from Brunswick, New Jersey, and I don't know how much credibility this gives the lead singer Marissa, but she was actually listed in Spin's 100 Greatest Guitarist magazine edition, where she was actually number 77. I don't know if that gives, like I said, gives much credibility. Comes from Spin, but the song I'm going to play is it's called Wild, and they actually have a pretty cool music video to go along with that, where they it has like some weird kind of cartoonish feel for it. But check it out on YouTube. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and play Wild. Alright, and that was Wild by the Screaming Females off their Castle Talk album. One thing I like about the song, I love the guitar work, and it's just very simple. Her vocals might not be the best, but I still quite enjoy it. And one thing I love is she also does a cover of a Dusty Springfield song. It's just her with a guitar, and she's singing like in a park somewhere in Brooklyn. She's singing that You Don't Have to Say You Love Me song, and it's actually a really great cover, and you guys should check that out on YouTube some point. Alright, well, let's start this off. GS, what did you think?
I actually really enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would. I wasn't sure at first, but then it really kind of hooked me. The vocals I thought had a lot of charm in them, a lot of raw emotion, and the first thing that got me was the rhythm on the drums. That sort of asymmetrical rhythm going on there. And aside from some kind of lackluster bass work, I really loved it. It had the raw energy and emotion from folk or punk or whatever, but it had a lot of rock approach in it too. So I think it was an effective hybridization of genres, and it didn't lose any sincerity along the way. So yeah, I'll definitely have to check out more of their stuff.
This actually is kind of like one of their most accessible songs. You'll get more harder stuff and stuff ranging from more bluesy to a lot more harder. It's like I said, I really like the band, and they have a lot of great tunes. And with that, let me go ahead and pass it on to Zeus. Zeus, what did you think?
Well, first, before I say anything about the song, I have to comment about what you said about her being on Spin's list of the greatest guitarists. And I'd like to say that Skrillex is on that list. So no.
Oh, okay. Then we'll have to scratch that comment again. I did put it out there. I don't know how much credibility Spit has, but I just read that about her on Wikipedia, so I might have to retract that statement.
Yeah, I saw that. That was awful.
Oh, well then, who's that just joined us? That just happens to be Rob. I guess he was.
Sorry, guys. I was asleep in the corner underneath all those pornographic magazines.
Did we
Well,
wake you up with the searing vibes?
Yeah, absolutely.
all right. Well, Rob's going to continue and join us throughout the rest of this podcast, but let us take it right back to Zeus. He didn't get a chance to finish.
Rob's just like, Skrillex, what?
That's my jam, bro.
All right, so other than that, I like the song. It's very clean. It's like, the general feel of it's kind of like a garagey, but then it's a very clean song, and it's very simple. I like the guitar and I like the energy. I like her vocals. I didn't really pick up on the drums or the bass that much, but I like the general feel of it. It's a pretty cool song, man. I like it.
All right. Well, we're gonna move it on, and we're gonna go ahead and pass it over to GS, and GS is going to introduce his first song.
Next, we're going to hear Garden of Earthly Delights by Arzakel off their eponymous album, their only album. Now, this band is interesting because they were Egg before Egg was Egg. And, of course, Egg is famous for being one of the primary Canterbury scene bands in the late 60s and early 70s. And this song is somewhat like their later efforts. It has the distinctive organ drowned in reverb, of course, and it has complex and competent bass work and percussion. But what it has that their other material doesn't have is primarily a guitarist and vocalists that play off each other, which is used to great effect in the song, followed by, in my mind, an excellent guitar solo. So get ready to hear Garden of Earthly Delights by Arzakel. Okay, so that was Garden of Earthly Delights by Arzakel off their eponymous album. As you heard, a lot of great organ and guitar work in there, a lot of interesting vocal interplay. And what did you think, Coin?
I quite enjoy that song. I really like the things I pictured upon hearing that song. I like that little organ work in there. I like how things kind of slowed down a bit, and like that guitar solo kind of took focus a little bit, and how it ended with the crashing of what do you call it? I don't know if the cymbals, the drums.
Yeah, the cymbals.
Yeah, I like that how that finished off there. But the feeling that it just throughout the whole song is, just with the name and titled of it, the Garden of Earthly Delights, you kind of wanting to be there, a certain longing, and I really enjoyed that song.
Okay, what did you think, Rob?
I was kind of lukewarm towards it in the first half when he was singing, like really kind of the whole melody seemed a little very upbeat and kind of very it sounded very 60s, kind of 60s pop. And it's not a bad thing. I'm just not something I'm into. But then towards the end, when it kind of got into that really kind of weird dissonant groove that was going on for like the last 40 seconds or a minute or so, I really dug that with the solo over it. More of the atmosphere that had the organs that were making there. But yeah.
Okay, if you like
nice.
that, then you should definitely check out some of their other stuff, because the rest of the album is much more organ-centric. And the stuff after that doesn't have a guitarist at all, so...
Oh, awesome. Yeah, for sure. I'll check that out.
Okay.
Yeah!
All right. What do you think, Zeus?
I really liked it as well. I thought it was very concise and deliberate, which you usually don't get with prog at all. Usually you get.
I don't think it's fair to call it prog.
Well,
Yeah, that was more psychedelic than prog.
It was
Really?
psychedelic. It was proto-prog, maybe, but...
okay. Then that's pretty much it for my commentary then.
Shut down, Zeus! What now?
No, I've been shut down. That's it.
You just got plebbed.
There were prog elements in it though.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
they are proto-prog. Their next album is straight up progressive rock.
See, I could feel the vibe, man. That's
Yeah,
what I felt.
yeah.
He's a prophet. He saw what was next. So
Yes. So
See,
my,
Except
my,
that it happened like 50 years ago.
my comment stands. This is concise prog. It is a genre in and of itself, man. Concise
No,
prog.
you're right. Oh, you're right. It's what developed out of psychedelic pop, you know?
all right. Well, with that note, we're gonna go ahead and pass the mic over to. There's no mic.
I've
All right.
got a mic.
All right, with the metaphoric mic, I guess. All right, okay. And with that, now we're going to go ahead and pass it on to Zeus, and he's going to go ahead and feature some of his stuff.
All right, and this first song it's another concise song. We're sticking with that theme for right now, concise songs. This is Working Day, off of a collaboration Ben Folds and Nick Hornby. Nick Hornby being British author, he wrote the lyrics, and Ben Folds sang and performed. And this is their album Lonely Avenue. And let's go ahead and take a listen to that and see what you guys have to say. Okay, that was A Working Day from Ben Folds and Nick Hornby's collaboration, Lonely Avenue. I know you hated this. GS, what'd you think?
I gotta say, I didn't enjoy that at all. No. I mean, I appreciated some things in it, like the heavy piano rhythm throughout and some of the rhythmic stops and how it changed tempo toward the end. But the musical elements I did not enjoy in the least. I hated the vocals and the lyrics and pretty much everything. There's not too much I could say about it. No.
All right, Coin?
I wanted to like it, I must say. I really enjoyed it sounded like little video game beeps and boops at the beginning there. I did like what Gia said. I liked the piano and that, but what really got me going against it for me was the lyrics. I don't particularly like once they start talking about, I don't know, modern day annoyances and internets and stuff like that. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. It just didn't click with me lyrically. I appreciate you playing that.
Oh, I'm glad you. All right. On that note, GS, what's your next song?
Wait a second. It's my guy. Do that. All right.
Corn has to be in control, guys.
I have to be in control, man. Just it has to be said. Rob kind of just departed on us. We don't know if he's coming back, but just want to let Zeus know nothing against him, but we all can't win them, we all can't like everybody else's song, so don't let it discourage you.
Rob is the only one who liked that song and he bailed on me. Screw him.
I'm gonna go ahead and give it back to GS. I'm gonna be playing the last song, so gonna just go ahead and give it over to GS again.
Okay, our next song is Sahara Sunrise by YBO Squared off their album Pale Skin, Pale Face. And this album is, I don't know, it's not particularly well known for whatever reason. It's late 80s noise rock from a Japanese group, and I haven't been able to find out very much at all about them. There's very little information available on the internet, but I can tell you it's aggressive noise rock that has a lot of interesting elements in it. This album, at times, often strongly recalls Red-era King Crimson, in the song structure and the type of riffs that are going on in the songwriting. But it's very, very much its own thing, and it is, above everything else, noise rock. So here is Sahara Sunrise from YBO Squared. And that was Sahara Sunrise by YBO Squared off their album Pale Skin, Pale Face. As you heard, a lot of chaos going on, but if you listen to the structure, it was all tightly controlled, practiced, and rehearsed. And what did you think, Zeus?
This song from the 80s, GS.
Yeah, in fact, it's from 1988.
Oh, wow. It doesn't sound like that at all. I really couldn't imagine the 80s handling that song at all, with their mullets and their guy liner, Well, to me, don't hate me for saying this, but it sounds kind of like mathcore. But
I can appreciate that.
Yeah, but in the beginning, I like how it started off really simple, with the big drum beats and the vocal harmonics. It sounded a lot like the Beach Boys, and then their dynamic on Pet Sound, and then we get all this noisy and prog, and we go back and forth, and it's really cool. I like the way it sounds, and the vocals are very dissonant and discordant, and it's pretty cool. I appreciated that.
All right, and Corin, what did you take away from that?
Well, I don't know if I get to the old man syndrome acting up, but I quite enjoyed the music-wise. I quite enjoyed it, but a little frightened with I don't know what they're doing in Cantina Demon or something like that. Were there much lyrics? That was the only part that bugged me. It was a little too out there. I can tell what you meant when you talked about the structure of the song and everything like that. I really liked the way it picked up in there. But then towards the end, it kind of broke down a bit with the freestyle chanting or whatever they were doing. But overall, I like I said, I enjoyed the music part. It was a little too weirdness when it came to the vocals, and
A little too deep for you, Coin.
yeah, I'm gonna have
What?
to.
I'm awake.
Oh, what?
Sorry about that. Fell asleep.
Is Rob back?
I
What's
think
Hey,
my
guys.
yeah, he's back.
this is gonna keep happening?
The day Rob's had.
I'm sorry for stringing you along, GS, but you know,
No, you're not. You're a terrible person.
I was born a rambling man.
We're
Yeah, it's
having
cool.
so many issues with this podcast.
Overall, it was just the weirdness that kind of creeped me out, and this wouldn't be a song for me. And sorry to say that, but we're gonna go ahead and move on and give it back to Zeus and let him play us another song. Zeus.
All right, I know GS hated my last song, so I'm gonna have to restore my GS cred and play a progressive song. Okay, this next band is an experimental band, and I know many people. If you talk to like 5 people who consider themselves patricians, 4 of them will tell you that 4 will tell you that experimental is not a genre, and this is one of the few bands that would tell you to go screw yourself. Basically experimental in that they have very few recurring themes from album to album. It's hunting. There's like a deer on the cover and on the back. It's just really weird. You know, if you ever get a hard copy of it.
Let's play it.
All right.
Spin those tunes,
So-
my man.
On that note, let's take a listen to that. And Rob, if you go anywhere, I will strangle you. I don't care where you are.
But I was
I'm-
just asleep underneath the pornographic magazines.
Dude, you were the only one who liked that last song, and you split, and I just got hated on by Coin. Yeah.
Hey, I actually own that CD, and I actually like that CD.
What a faggot.
It came with like a sweet ass book of short stories. Like there's this story about these parents who find out that their son's a porn star, and his dick is like the size of their arm, and they're like, "Oh my god!" And it's just them dealing with it. There was one where the security guard had to guard a piece of art that.
All right, that was Buck Fever from Buck Fever, as Stratosphere's second album. And let's turn it over to Rob this time.
Okay, I was getting like a strong 50s vibe, kind of like old school rock and roll, and I really dug that. I think I really liked it when it took off, and you could hear like all those. I think those were horns, or it might have been strings, but yeah, it was delicious. I did enjoy that. Yeah, despite being thing. I mean, I don't think I would buy the record, but yeah, it was definitely an enjoyable experience.
All right, I've got to hear GS's take on this.
Oh man, I love that song. Everything about it. You know, I was taking notes through it, and I kept noticing when the genre would change. It started off with the kind of dreaminess and atmosphere of 40s vocal jazz, and then suddenly there was just a little bit of 50s rock and roll. And I mean, throughout it was just such a dense and rich soundscape. I really appreciated that. And then all of a sudden there was surf rock, and of course surf rock sounds the same today as it did in its inception, because we still have bands like Tsar Wars, who are a Russian surf rock outfit that you might want to check out. But anyway, it would sound like something that might have been by the B-52s, and then there were some Eastern elements in that. And then all of a sudden it was a big band song, and you know, it just, all the elements were playing off each other. And there were little bits here and there, like I mentioned the 50s rock and roll part. And there was a little progressive breakdown, and then there were the parts with the transistor organ. I mean, it was just an unexpected and unusual collection of sounds, and I think it worked really well, although I'm not sure a second listen would have quite the same impact. It seems like something that was crafted so carefully and designed with such intent and such songwriting that on the first listen it blows you away, because you don't know what you're hearing and what you're about to hear next. But the next time you might see some of it coming, and the sort of articulation that's going on in there, like the noticeable steps where it goes from one genre to another, and where you can tell what's going on in the song. I mean, it was very transparent, but even despite all the density. I don't know, a second listen, like I said, might not yield the same fascination. First listen, though, definitely blew me away, I gotta say.
All right, good to hear. Coin?
Well, that's a pretty big accomplishment in my book, getting GS to go on like that. But yeah, I really enjoyed the song as well. A lot of shifting going on of the genres. Quite enjoyed that. However, for me, I feel that the whole surf rock part overshadowed everything. In my opinion, that's kind of what stuck with me. and I really like the ending part of it of the song. But yeah, in the beginning, I didn't know which direction it was going. I appreciated the strings, it sounded a little like an orchestra going on for a little bit, and then yeah, another shift. But again, what GS was saying, yeah, I believe the song was crafted with surprise as its intent, and you probably wouldn't get as much of it from a second listening. But overall, yeah, I would definitely introduce this song to somebody just to see, what they'd have to say. All right, well, we're gonna go ahead and pass it on for GS's last song. GS, take us away.
The next song we'll be hearing is the theme The Lion in Winter from the same movie. The soundtrack was written by John Barry, who you may know as the arranger for the famous James Bond theme. This song is quite unlike his other efforts, however. This song may in fact be cited as the birth of the genre Zool, which is a sort of orchestral, jazz, rock, operatic, very grandiose and bombastic conventions from classical music and opera and jazz and rock, and it borrows as much from Carl Orff as from John Coltrane. So this is the theme from The Lion in Winter by John Barry. That was the theme from The Lion in Winter by John Barry. As you could hear, a lot of heavy rhythms going on in there, a lot of soaring orchestral things going on. The words were all in Latin, incidentally, from ancient canting. All right, so what did you think, Zeus?
All right. Well, I liked it. I didn't really get a feel for the jazz at all, the jazz aspect of it. I really felt like it was just this hulking golem. Really, it was this big orchestral Goliath, really. And with jazz, it's a little more fluid, a little bit more a little bit more less grandiose, and I did like the song though, and I like the Latin chanting. Although I feel like Coin probably felt strands of his soul being siphoned away because he thought it was like demonic or something.
Okay, well that's interesting and insightful. Corin, what did you think?
Quite the opposite of what Zeus said. I wasn't too afraid of these particular chantings, but overall, very epic in scale to me, and that's what the song sounded like. I do have to agree with Zeus. I don't see where the jazz part came into the song, the overtones, but beyond that, I mean, I really enjoyed all the ranges of the instruments involved. I love the drums in certain parts, the doom 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 doom, just gloomy dooming drums. Yeah, it's a great track.
Okay, before I hand it over to Rob, I'll just address what you're all saying about the jazz. It's true that this song doesn't have much in the way of a jazz influence. That mostly came later with the true Zool bands such as Magma, who coined the genre. But a lot of the same things are going on here. Like, if I ever get around to playing some of that, or if you look it up on your own, you will hear it's very, very similar sound. And all the other elements were there. So that's why I threw it in. Technically, it's not Zool, because that genre didn't come into existence until 1 year later. This song came out in 1968 with the release of the movie, but the first Magma album was released in 1969. So it's just a bit of history.
Oh.
And as long as you enjoyed the song, that's what it's about. So now I'll hand it off to Rob. What did you think?
I felt like I was getting a little bit of like the almost minimalist vibe from. I was getting very Philip Glass kind of thing, but I didn't like it as much as I do enjoy Philip Glass did. I felt it wasn't as memorable as it needed to be, but it was fairly well arranged, and the rhythms were cool. But I wasn't really digging this one. That's me, dogs.
Oh, fair enough.
All right, well, we'll go ahead and let Zeus play his final song. Zeus, go ahead.
All right, so my final song for the evening is The Strongest Man in the World from Menomina's, I was giving you a chance to get it out of your system, first album called I Am the Fun Blame Monster, which is an anagram is the word, right, where you rearrange all the letters. Yeah. It's an anagram.
Yeah.
The album, the name, if you rearrange all the letters, I Am the Fun Blame Monster, it's Menomina. No, it isn't.
Yeah, that doesn't.
That doesn't make sense. Wait, where'd I see this? I have to go.
Where did the F come from?
Where'd
Hold
the
on,
I come
wait.
from?
Oh,
Where'd all the other
God!
letters come from?
I read this somewhere. An anagram
might be
for
like
the first Phenomena album.
What's the album called?
I'm the Fun Blame Monster. The anagram is the first Phenomena album. There's the F.
Oh. Oh, I see. I see.
So yeah, this is an experimental indie rock band from Portland, Oregon, and I think they're pretty well known amongst the indie rock scene, I think. And let's just take a listen and see what you guys have to say. All right, since Rob's so eager, Rob, what'd you think?
I really liked it. I liked. I'm a sucker for very sparse kind of piano kind of environments, and I was a little skeptical at first when it just very suddenly skipped from like the nice drums and the looping synth to the piano, but when it came together, it just kept on growing and got better and better, and I really liked it, and I'm actually probably gonna check this band out later. Yeah, it was fucking bomb as shit. Hell yes.
All right, GS, I can sense you're seething with rage, and I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna let you get this out of your system before you go full Hulk and tear apart Saskatchewan or wherever the heck you are. So, GS.
Well, I have to say, when it started off, the drums immediately grabbed me. I love the kind of asymmetrical percussion like that. And I wasn't digging the synths too much, but the drums more than made up for that. I was really enjoying just listening to the percussion there. And then all of a sudden it stopped, and there was the piano, which I could handle. Things do that. And I expected it would come in again, which it did. And, I could have enjoyed the song, except for the vocals. Those vocals, they were just absolutely horrendous, in my opinion. I could not stand them. They made me almost physically nauseous. I cannot endure things like that. I would never listen to that voluntarily. It was almost torturous. And I'm glad I could survive it. Not to sound like too much of a hater, but I would never listen to anything like that again if it was my choice. Like I said, the musical elements, I really enjoyed. Like the piano, the way the piano worked in with the rest of it, like the looped synth and the percussion, I think that worked really well. But the vocals, I do not know words to describe how little I enjoyed them. I am not aware of human language that can describe how much I did not enjoy those vocals. And I guess that's what I really want to say.
GS, we're glad you'll live to critique on some more music. Survive that. Coin, what'd you think?
Well, I have to say I didn't quite enjoy that song. I don't know if I'm a little bit biased already against the song due to the little malfunction we had earlier with the repeated looped either that was synth or organ. But I didn't care for that one. Usually I like that. I like the the hypnotic sense it brings. But this one, it just left me with the feeling of uneasiness and like especially when that piano came in, and I was just dreading like, oh, that synth is gonna come back any second now. When's it gonna happen? Oh, and then it happened. It just started getting. I'm not opposed to noise or anything like that, but at times it just started getting like too many noisy things going on, getting a little overstimulated, a little bombarded. I can't say that I enjoyed much of the song. I'm pretty sure they probably have better things, maybe, but it's probably something that is putting me off for listening, looking for more of their music. Is this one particular song? Sorry, Zeus.
Curses. All right.
Do you want to say anything in your
Foiled
defense?
again.
Dude, these guys put this. They threw this all together on the computer, man. This is their first album.
Good for them.
their-
It's still shit.
Their budget was virtually non-existent. They had no budget for this.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I was reading
I
on
make good
Wikipedia
music.
that they put in flip books with every CD that he assembled at a Kinko's while he was working there, just in the off time. I don't understand all this hate that you guys are giving it. That was fantastic.
No. Objectively wrong. Objectively.
I liked the vocals. GS, they're
I don't understand how that's possible. I just cannot comprehend it. It is beyond my ken.
The haterade is flowing. So
You know, they were soothing and treacle and and all this
They were
weight.
pretentious and whiny and terrible. No, get out. Pretentious as fuck. Probably the most pretentious thing I've ever heard.
I'm sorry they weren't Tibetan throat singing, GS, but every
How
song
did you
can't
know I
have
have a soft spot for back throat singing?
It's your personality, man. Come on.
that.
all right, well, with that note, we're gonna play one last song, which is gonna be my pick, and I'm actually a little bit hesitant to play this song because if GS is so caught up on vocals like that, he might not enjoy this next song. This next song is by a little group called Sleep Party People. Have barely got into them recently. Found them on a thread, and I don't know too much about them except that they are Danish, I believe. They are Danish, and they are Danish, and I don't particularly like the fact that they wear bunny masks. I think it's kind of like a gimmick, but they do wear the bunny masks when they play, and they have a pretty good music video featuring this song. And the song I'm going to play is Not Human at All, and this is off their self-titled album. And it's a bit dream poppy. It's a bit, I guess, experimental. Well, let's see what you have to say about it. So I'm going to go ahead and play this one. All right, well, we're back, and hopefully you guys are still awake. So let me go ahead and start this off with Rob. Rob, what did you think?
I thought it was given like a really nice vibe. I like those last two bands a lot. That was very nice. I think I've heard of Sleep Party People before. Did they just come out with a new album? I think I remember seeing album covers with people with the rabbit faces on there. But yeah, I was very impressed with just the vibe that was going on, and it was very well arranged and just very dreamy, like you said, and yeah, it was very nice. I think I might have to.
Yeah, and like listening to this song, to me it almost makes me feel a bit intoxicated, very drunk, just and it's
Like swaying, swaying almost.
swaying,
Yeah.
exactly. Nice sway going, sway core going. But one thing I particularly like also is I don't know if it's a xylophone or if they're bells that they use in it, but I particularly like that little touch. Okay, well, GS, what did you think?
I have kind of mixed feelings about it, but I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would, given your warning before the song. The vocals didn't put me off too much. I noticed that they were through, I think it was ring mod or something, which is not a common effect for vocals, and I appreciated that. But I think melodically they really worked with the song, and I really enjoyed the synthesizers. And like you said, that pitch percussion in there was a nice touch. It reminded me of maybe Lark's Tongues in Aspic, or the middle passage in Awakened by Yes, especially with the dreamy nature of the rest of the song. However, something I didn't really dig quite as much was that the atmosphere felt kind of forced. Like, this is a song crafted to have a specific atmosphere, and it always seems kind of artificial, like in a lot of post-rock. They're trying very hard to do a very specific thing, and whether they pull it off or not, it's very artificial. It doesn't have a life of its own. It's like you're being told what to experience, rather than the experience being left to the listener to sort of make out for themselves and interpret as they will. Musically, though, I thought there were some interesting things going on. I didn't think there was a lot of meat or substance to it other than what the synthesizers were doing and the sort of repetitive vocal chorus. But no, I did kind of enjoy it.
Nice analysis of that song.
Thank you.
All right, well, Zeus?
I actually really liked it. I didn't know if I was going to like it when I first heard it, and it was like this. I could tell it was going to be this repetitive, synth and drums, and the vocals came. But then I found myself enjoying it about halfway through, and it's really interesting though, because I got this visual. You know how they all dress up like rabbits. I got this visual. The first half, it's very heavy. It's very bombastic sounding. You're being led, like GS said. It's very artificial. You're being led. It feels like you're being given these visuals. Does this have a music video?
It does. It has a great music video, and That's something. It now that GS says it, it's kind of creepy in a way. Like I kind of like visualize these bunny creatures trying to soothe you, this artificial world, and secretly they're plotting something. I don't know. You just
I
creeped
feel
me
like
out. You
there's
just
this
blew my
giant
mind,
bunny
GS.
just marching through the city. Giant marching through the
But-
city with eyes, not razor eyes, like fire
Razor
beam
eyes.
razor eyes. How does that work? No,
Scissor eyes.
fire beam eyes, like laser. He's just like burning people, and just like smashing.
Yeah, like that one Wallace and Gromit movie, except with laser eyes.
Yeah.
But
and then towards the middle, you get that whole that crystalline instrumentation, whatever the hell that is, like you guys said, and then and it just kind of calms down from there. And I liked it. It was very dreamy overall. The vocals, I didn't have a problem with the vocals at all. So yeah.
all right.
But then I like the vocals on that last song, right, GS? So I must be crazy.
Oh, you must be, yeah.
I must be drinking the poison Kool-Aid.
A haterade. Hey.
The Haterade.
No, that's my drink of choice.
All right. Well, that just about wraps up. That just about wraps up this episode of the Music Smoothie. I'd like to thank all our guests, even the Crasher Rob. Thank you for coming in and out throughout the podcast. You had some valuable contributions to the podcast. But we're gonna be planning some more future podcasts. Possibly, I'm possibly inspired to do a soundtrack podcast, which would be, you guys would probably have a lot to submit with that.
Oh,
But-
yes.
Well, anybody have any closing comments here?
I guess I don't like indie music.
That limits us a lot.
Indie's not a genre.
Yeah, man,
No, but it's a label.
that's true.
I like to put it. I like to label things so that I can hate them more efficiently.
Don't worry. You know what? Next time I'll bring in an indie band that you'll like. Don't worry.
Maybe that
It's a
should
good
be a theme, a good music.
Yeah, let's that'll be our next challenge. We have to try to impress GS with indie music.
All right.
I think you will be hard put.
Man, that's tough. But
I almost did it tonight, except for those vocals. If it wasn't for those vocals, I bet GS would have been all in on this.
Yeah, it's usually vocals. I mean, like in a lot of genres, like there's a whole lot of metal I would like, but it has a terrible vocalist.
yeah.
I'm sure you can relate.
Wait, hey GS, have you ever listened to the Olivia Tremor Control?
I keep meaning to because it keeps being posted on MU share threads, and I keep hearing good things about it. But no, I have not yet.
I think you'd appreciate them.
All right. Well, let's everybody say goodbye. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Farewell.
I'll see you around.
That's
No,
creepy.
you won't. You're all in Canada, dog.
All right, and that was our latest episode of the Music Smoothie. Hope you enjoyed that blend. And if you like what we do and would like us to record consistently, we're currently trying to record weekly, consider donating to us on Patreon at the Music Smoothie, and follow us on Twitter at TMusicSmoothie, and we're available on Instagram and Facebook at just the Music Smoothie. All the music we use is fair use under the media criticism clause of fair use. And if you like the music we listen to but don't always have time to listen to the episode, our playlist is available on Spotify. Just type in the Music Smoothie, and you'll be able to find all the music we play. Alright, that's all the music that's available on Spotify, at least. Not all of it is. I hope you guys had a great time, and have a good one. Day, morning, evening, night, times in other dimensions as well. Yeah. Alright, see ya.